Hi, this is Harsh from the other side of the world, and you're listening to my podcast within 5 minutes. I was in a quaint little cafe with my friend when we were having a conversation about friendships. It was a warmly lit place with wooden furniture that bore the scars of time and whispered the tales of the days gone by. The warm sepia toned glow from the vintage fixtures highlighted our faces as if we were characters in a carefully curated scene. The air was fragrant with the comforting aura of freshly ground coffee, and the hum of overlapping voices blended with the ambient music, creating a perfect setting for an engaging conversation. Sipping my chilled ice brew from the wooden table, I asked my friend about how her friendships were shaping up, and whether her best friends from school were still her best friends. Um, Back in school, I had a couple of best friends that I was close to, but shit happened and we're no longer close. My childhood friends have also parted ways, and we no longer talk to each other as much. So it's only a couple of them from school now. But if we were best friends before, aren't they still your best friends? I followed up with another question. She took a bite of a croissant and continued. Well, we don't talk to each other as much anymore. I don't share the details of my life with them, so I wouldn't call them my best friends. We've changed, you know. I guess that makes sense, I replied. What about you? Are you still close to all your best friends? Yeah, I don't talk to them like I used to anymore, but they're still my best friends. Every time we meet, it just feels like yesterday when we were hanging out, but this is only true for some of the male friends I've had. But the friends you're talking about don't know anything about the things happening in your life, your secrets, your dreams, or the stupid shit that you keep getting into. Aren't best friends people who know everything about you and are always there for you when you need them? Who says they won't be there for me when I need them? I'm sure they would be the first ones to have my back if the situation calls for it. They're not my best friends because I tell them everything. They're my best friends because I trust them fully. Male friendships, you see, are very different from female friendships. Our unique expectations are a reflection of the parts that make us different. We value friendships that are more activity oriented rather than intimate face to face conversations. We bond while playing football, watching a cricket match, or hanging out together at our usual spot. Most of our best memories are from when we were in a fix and had to break out of the situation together. We don't see the need to discuss every personal detail and change in our lives with our friends. Our relationship is less intimate and more casual. We rarely overstep our boundaries and ask someone to share. We just let each other be. There are no questions asked or judgments made, just plain acceptance. As long as we can get along with someone and have a good time, we don't care. This is the universal feeling we share with all our friends, and it makes it easier for us to get along with each other, even if we are meeting each other for the first time. Men don't have soppy displays of love towards each other. No long hugs or heart emojis. We may be terrible at showing that we actually appreciate each other. But if you look closely, you will see that we have a unique way of showing love to each other. We don't say, I appreciate you. We slap the face of his back and say, you suck. We don't say, I need to talk about something. We show up in front of his house and say, let's go for a drive. When someone is leaving town, there is no heartfelt speech. We visit them and bump fists like it's the first time we met them. We're brothers, and nothing can change that. Our love is not in words but in actions. Our trust is not in taking each other's sides but in keeping it real and honest. We don't let one person take the fall for anything. We divide the blame amongst ourselves, even if we weren't involved. Male friendships have an essence of brotherhood attached to them. Once someone becomes close in our lives, we begin to treat them like a real brother. Nothing beats the sanctity of the bro code that we follow. There are certain unsaid rules that every guy follows, be it not getting involved with a friend's ex or saving his ass in the hour of need. You see, one of the most beautiful parts of a friendship is that we can go several months or even years without feeling the need to constantly stay in touch, and we still consider each other as our best friends. There is a mutual understanding that once you're someone's best friend, you're best friends for life. It's ride or die. Even forgotten birthday wishes cannot change that. Guys, I gotta tell you something. I broke up with my girlfriend a month back. None of us pressed for more information. We didn't ask about the why, the when, and the how. We understood that it may have been hard for him to open up with us and reveal this information. So we listened to what he had to say, asked a few questions out of concern, and moved on to a different subject. We know that when he becomes ready to open up, we will be there. And he knows that we will listen. But until then, we will wait. Vulnerability among men is not straightforward, and it often involves us being patient. Guys try to solve the problems by themselves first and then open up to their friends. Call it a flaw, but we understand this, and this reciprocated understanding creates a safe space for vulnerability without any judgment. When our friend decides to be vulnerable, it demonstrates a genuine connection and confidence in our friendship. This boosts the brotherly feeling we have for each other. But when our friend chooses not to talk about it, well, we don't think too much about it. We just think that he figured it out and we're still on for the football game next week, so it's all good. In our friendship, you see, we don't hold on to things from our past and move on with a very short conversation, be it a fist fight or an argument. We say sorry awkwardly and end up getting closer than before. Humor and insults are the glue that holds us together. It may seem a little obnoxious, but I've insulted my best friends more than I've insulted my worst enemy. And not once have we taken it seriously. Being friends as adults is hard. But there are some friends who I know will stay forever, no matter how little I talk to them. This is an ode to all those male friendships I've had that have been part of my life and continue to do so. We may not be talking as much as we used to, but if you ever show up at my doorstep when life turns grey, know that there will always be a place in my home for you to stay. I hope you liked this episode. This is my take on male friendships, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the same for everyone. Maybe some are like this, maybe some are not. Maybe female friendships are like this. But the beauty of friendship is the same. This relationship with our friends is the best thing in our lives. And I hope that in the pursuit of all the big dreams that you have, you don't leave your friends behind. Just like how your relationship with your partner and your family is important, your relationship with friends is also important. So this is an ode to all the friendships that we've had. As we come to the end of this episode, I hope that this library can help bring a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Let's help each other and make this world a better place than we found it. If you like what you hear, I hope you can take the time to rate this show. You can also support me by joining my Patreon community where I'll be posting my exclusives. I'll see you in the next episode. Ciao. Bye.